Good day, this is an example on how to solve vector addition using analytical method. Here's the problem. An airplane is flying 200 km per hour at 12 degrees north of west. The wind is blowing 20 km per hour at 25 degrees south of east. What is the plane's actual velocity? So first is you have to draw an illustration so that you will have a clear grasp of what the problem is all about. So here it's 200 km per hour at 12 degrees north of west. It doesn't need to be exact. Okay, all we have to do is to have this kind of illustration. And then 20 km per hour at 25 degrees south of east. Oops. And then don't forget to draw the resultant. Next would be you have to draw a box like this one, okay? With the vectors in the first column here, and then why I'm writing v1 here, or v, because the given is velocity. If it's force, then you have to write f. If it's displacement, you have to write d. And then on the second column, the x component of these velocities. And then for the y component, that's in the third column. Okay, next would be do like this. So v1 stands for this one, and x, meaning the x component for this velocity. 200 km per hour, and remember it's negative. Okay, so just simply copy the 200 km per hour here. And why is it negative? Because in direction here, north or west, which direction belongs to x component? And we have it here, the west. And we all know the west is negative because the east is positive. So it's negative. And then cosine theta, the theta or the angle here is 12 degrees. So you simply copy the 12 degree. Okay. Now, why do we use cosine in x component? So there will be another video for this one. But in our case, okay, we just simply follow this, okay? And then use the calculator, okay, here. So negative 200 10 km per hour cosine 12. Then we get this number, negative 195.6295201. Round it off into 2 decimal place and you get this number. And then do the same with the y component. You just simply copy this, okay, for v1y. But why is it positive? Because here the y component direction is north, and we all know north is positive, so it's positive here. Then sine 12. Okay, again, why are we using sine for the y component? There will be another video about this. And then you plug the number. So let's get the calculator here. So we have 200 sine 12. And then, okay, we get 41.58233816, or this number. Okay, run it off into 2 decimal place. Do the same with the velocity number 2. So we are done looking for the component for V1 and V2. Okay, now what would be, oopsie, okay, what would be the resultant? This one, what would be the resultant? Oops, okay. So to get the resultant, you just simply add this number for the x component. Okay, you get first the summation. So you add this, and then you add this, and you get this number. So negative 195.63 plus 108, I mean 18.13, you get this negative 177.5 kilometer per hour. And then you add this here number, and then you add this number, okay, and you get this 33.13 kilometer per hour. Okay, now, so we're not done yet. We're not done yet because we still try to look for the VR here. Okay, the resultant. Okay, so use this formula here. Okay, so you plug in this one. Okay, um, from the value that we get from 200 kilometer per hour at the north, and then from the value that we get from the 20 kilometer per hour at 25 degree south of east. So you plug in these numbers using the calculator here, okay, and you get, okay, square root of, okay, because since it's square root, we don't have to write a negative sign because it would the result will be math error. Oopsie, it would be 7.5 squared plus 33.13 squared, and voila, you get this number. That's fine. This one. So we have now the value of the resultant. Okay. Next would be this, the angle. Okay. For the angle, just simply use this formula. Okay. There will be another session for this one, and how, when, why do we use tangent or cotangent in finding the angle. So there will be another session for that one. But for now, just simply copy this. So how to plug it in our calculator. So we have summation of by, we have 33.13, okay, and then divided by the one, sorry, it's negative 177.5, but the negative sign here won't even matter because it we will be using the absolute